All right, so today's storytime topic is deception. Okay, today's storytime is about me getting deceived to a whole new level. Probably the most deceived I've ever been. I just got completely fucking tricked and lied to. And I hope you enjoy this story time. It's a pretty crazy one. Leave a like if you do enjoy it. Let's jump into this. This story time takes place 4 years ago. And I was hanging out with my friend at his house, and he was hyping up to me that he got his license. That's how this all starts. I was at my friend's house. I was staying there the night, and he was hyping up that we were going to go for a drive because he got his license, and his dad's going to let him use the car and whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. And that was believable because he was, practicing with his dad, and he'd been practicing for a long time. And he was like 17, and I know a lot of people that get their license at like 16, 17. So I was stoked. I was like, damn, my friend just got his license. We can go do whatever we want now. Like, this is fucking dope. And I was like, all right, so when can we go? He's like, well, we got to wait till my dad falls asleep because I don't want to use his car while he's here because he might need it. I was like, all right, and is it cool if you take it? He's like, yeah, I have it whenever I want as long as he's not using it. I was like, all right, dope. So a couple hours go by. His dad goes upstairs, says goodnight to us, and we go and hop in his car because I was under the impression that his fucking dad was, cool with this. And we get in the car, and I didn't ask to see his license because I believed him. I thought he actually had his license. Well, guys, turns out he didn't have his license. I found that one out real quick because when we drove out of there, we went to a party, and the whole way there, he was just doing wrong shit. Like, he ran a stop sign, and he fucking wasn't signaling when he got in other people's lanes, and he was so fucking uncoordinated. And I remember right before we got to the party, I was like, yo, how'd you pass your driver's test if you're making this many mistakes? He's like, bro, it's fucking dark out. It just rained. Like, it's a little hard to see. Give me a break. I was like, all right, my bad, man. I don't know. And he's like, it's fucking offensive. I'm like, all right, my bad, dude. So we got to the party, hung out there for like an hour, and he comes up to me and he's like, yo, we got to go. I was like, what do you mean? We've only been here for like an hour. He's like, we got to go. My dad needs the car. I was like, oh, right now? He's like, yeah. I'm like, it's the middle of the night. Why does he need the car now? He's like, dude, he just needs it. Let's go. I was like, okay. So I got in the car with him. We drove back to his house. And right when we pulled up to his house, I knew something was wrong because there was a police car in the driveway. And I was like, why are the cops here? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, okay, we need to go in there and see what's going on. He's like, bro, I don't want to go in there. I'm like, why? He's like, bro, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I was like, what? What's wrong? He's like, I don't even want to tell you, bro. It's embarrassing. I'm like, what'd you do, dude? He's like, I don't have my license. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, why would you even lie about that? You could have gotten a ride. Like, his dad was cool. Like, his dad gives us rides to parties and shit. I was like, you could have just gotten a ride from your fucking dad. Why would you steal his car and lie about having your license to me? He's like, I don't know. I just wanted to drive there myself and feel cool. I was like, dude, let's just go inside. So I got out of the car and I walked inside, and his dad was giving me this death stare. And I was like, look, before you get mad at me, he told me he had his license and that you gave him permission to drive. I actually had no idea. Like, I'm not even trying to bullshit you. I really had no idea. He goes, whatever, just sit down at the table, please. I was like, okay. And I sit down, and there's a cop just staring at me, leaning up against the counter. And then my friend walks in the front door, and his dad's just staring at him. And he goes, sit down. And he walks over to the table and sits down. And then he waves to the police officer and says hi and knows his name. I was like, what the fuck? How does he know his name? And then the police officer sits down with us, and he starts talking to my friend, just giving him, the stern, like, you can't do this. That was dangerous. You could have been hurt. You cannot drive without a license. That's really serious. And then the police officer asked my friend where we went and what we were doing. And my friend told him, we went to a party. We didn't drink. We didn't smoke, anything like that, which was true. We didn't drink any alcohol or smoke at that party. We just kind of hung out for an hour with some friends and then went back home. And then after my friend told the officer that, he was just like, look, you got to be better. I know your dad raised you better than this. Like, do not do this again, or it could be a lot worse. Seriously, don't. And my friend agreed not to anymore. And then the officer and my friend's dad went into the other room and talked for a little bit. And then they came back out, and my friend's dad told him to go up to his room and that he was going to be taking me home. And he went upstairs, and the cop and my friend's dad just talked for a while. And the more they talked, the more I realized, okay, my friend's dad is like friends with this guy. Like, he must know my friend as well. Like, the cop must know my friend. Because the way they were talking, they weren't talking about the situation. They started talking about random names and talking about each other's, like, family and stuff like that. Like, they were just, like, really close. Like, obviously, they knew each other. And after that, I said goodbye to the cop, and the cop left. and my friend's dad took me home. And I pretty much got in no trouble because they believed me. And I was telling the truth. I had no idea that my friend didn't have his license. And if I would have known that, I wouldn't have gone in the car with him because I'm very, very scared of driving with people that don't know what they're doing. And it's just stupid to do that. Never do that. Moral of the story is don't drive if you don't have your license, guys. And, but yeah, in the end, everything was okay. My friend never did that again. And the cop was really cool about it. And he knew my friend and my friend's dad. And my friend's dad was super cool about it. And yeah, that's pretty much another story time of how I was accidentally a part of my friend stealing his dad's car. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Leave your guys' stories in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.